Hey everybody, Kimberly here with another very cool print and play roll and write. I have previewed several of these this year so far, and the reason is the games are fantastic. You can play with lots of people. This game, Villagers of the Oakdell, that I'm sharing with you today, goes 1 all the way to 100 or as many people as you want, which I love. So these games that I'm talking about that I love, those print and play roll and writes, I got into Aquamarine a lot. I also previewed Roll on the Range, and then another one is One Page War, and these games are so dynamic. That's honestly the big appeal. And something that sets Villagers of the Oakdell apart from those is the Euro style feel of this game. It is like super juiced up in that Euro theme, which I love. You can tell in the title, Villagers of the Oakdell, you're going to be building buildings, connecting roads, and of course achieving goals in the game. So I've got this game set up with just one player board so I can show you the other player board super close up so you can see all that fantastic detail. It takes 12 rounds and about half an hour to play. All you need is a player pawn. So let me show you mine. This is my little guy. I have these little zombie meeples. So here's my little zombie meeple that I'm playing with. And I have another one here that is the one that Lewis would play with if he's playing with me. It's a little doggy, a doggy zombie. I have a whole bag of these zombies. So this is my player meeple, and I really do find that it's very helpful in playing this game because you will quickly forget what you've done in that turn, even though it's super, super easy. So this just helps you remember what action did you pick. And it's going to be on this player wheel. This wheel is going to be out in the center, and you can tell there is a black area, a green area, a yellow area, and a white area. The other thing you have to provide are dice. You can use D6. I actually have a black, a yellow, a white, and a green. You don't have to have them color-coded though. You can have just any dice, and when you roll, you just simply roll on the board, and where the dice go is which side it goes to, which quadrant essentially. So you've got your dice, you've got your player mat, you've got your little marker, the central board. I've got my dry erase pen because I have a contact coded these so I can dry erase. I love it. It's my favorite way to play print and plays that I get. And then over here I've got the goals. There's an A goal, a B goal, and a C goal. And you'll see here, I've got my little sleeves. They're a little big for this, but it helps me keep my paper straight. But you'll see Villagers of the Oakdell, and you flip it over and you'll say, aha, this is an A goal. And it wants you to build all of those buildings of one particular color. You're going to start seeing the same iconography, which is great. So those are all the black buildings. If you do it first, you get 9 points. If you do it second, you're going to get 5. And if you do it at the same time as someone else, great. You'll all share that score, whichever one it is, if you tie for first or for second. So those are the goals. I've got them out here. I'm ready to go. So I'm just simply going to roll the dice and I'm going to place. Okay. So if you roll ones, so the first thing is mark off the round. Your round is going to be up here in the top left corner. Let me show you this mat. It's going to be up here, and you've got 4 rounds before you have an interim scoring. Then you've got 2 more rounds, interim scoring, 2, interim, 2, interim, 1, interim, 1, and you're going to score at the end. So this is going to be your 12 rounds that you have up here. You're going to mark that first, and then you are simply going to mark if you have any fighting, any soldiers, stabs that come up. This is going to be your war. And we have a 1. So I'm going to put the 1 there, and it even reminds you, make sure you mark through one of those swords up there at the top of your map. You have soldiers that are going to fight the attacks that come, but the attacks come in this rolling phase. So I've got the 1, I'm going to place the 6 on the 5, 6, the 3 on the 3, 4, and the 3 on the 3, 4 here. So now that the dice are placed, I'm going to take my figure, and Lewis simultaneously, if he's playing with me or anybody else, you're going to put your figure in one of the 4 quadrants saying, I want to take this quadrant of actions and activations this round. So I'm looking at everything, and I'm going to be able to take this, which is an action. You'll see that the 4 are different. And then there's a sentry ring, and these are going to be the main 4 actions in the game. And then I'm going to activate the white citizen space. And that's going to be my round. I get to do 3 things essentially. Now, if you pick the green area, you kind of just skip this and you don't get anything for that die because it rolled a 1, but you could still get the wood and you could still activate the green. So I'm just going to take one of these actions because I think they're all just fantastic. And it's really, really great progress towards a whole bunch of stuff. So let's just say I stick my little guy there. I'm going to look here and say I get a mine. This is a mining area. And just a little bit closer, I'll show you on this other map. Right down here is the mining space. You are simply going to start at 1, 2, or 3 of those spaces. You're going to start here, here, or here, and you're going to mark in a space. And then if you cover up something, you're going to get that bonus. So this is the mining area. This is where you keep track of your gold, which you only get things for when you hit the dots. So you have to make progress along the way to get more stuff. This is going to be your super cool map area. Over here, you can have progress towards you're driving posts down, and you're kind of like you're breaking the borders and expanding out. You're going to be getting bonuses over here, and then this is where you get to build all those buildings are on the side. So I'm going to take my mining action. I'm simply going to say I want to either get a road or get a wood. Now, which one do I want? I'm going to be getting a road right after I take this mining action, and then I'm going to be able to activate my white citizens. So what am I going to do? Which one am I going to take, the road or am I going to take the wood? Let's say I take the wood. I'm going to mark that space. I can check this off up here, which just says a wood symbol, or I can make progress in any of these buildings, hoping that I can connect to the matching color flag. Now, this is where these ongoing goals, the objectives, are going to come into play. If I can build all those green buildings first, meaning I have a wood and a green flag, 2 woods and a green flag, 2 woods and a green flag. So flag, 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 these are the green flags over here. I'm going to get those points. But if I can connect this black flag with the white dot all the way down here to the white flag with the white dot, that's going to get me those points as well. So I'm wondering what I should do with that. And you always have to start up here at the castle. That's your starting space right there. So I can only start there and connect back to my castle when I make those road movements. See, I love that dry erase. Look at that. Gone. All my scribbles. So I can clean it up. So I'm going to take a wood, and I think what I want to do is make some progress. Let's say here, I'm going to mark this wood off in my white bonus flag area. Now, that was my mine. I'm going to do that. Now I'm going to make a road, and I'm going to draw a road down here to the white flag. I'm going to check it off, and I'm going to mark the flag. Now, what this symbol means right here is that I was able to scratch this off, and I'm going to get 2 steps in this white area right here. This is progress that you make with your citizens. So I'm going to mark those off, and it's going to get me this one and this one. Fantastic. That was just my free house. I got that. It's a one-time only. You get that in all 4 of the colors, and it's just the immediate bonus. These flag bonuses are going to come up whenever it's interim scoring. So those are those kind of long-term, you want them to happen again and again. But right now, I kind of just wanted a super cool juice boost. So I did this, and now I'm going to activate my white citizens right here. So that's the white symbol. It's that bottom quadrant on the right, and you're going to look at how many are essentially checked off or colored in. You start with 1 each. So I'm looking at this, and I'm going to mark 1 space, and it's the next space over. I already got those 2 because I wanted to get another road. This is really good for me. So now I'm going to connect here to here, or I can start over here and come down to the yellow, down to the black, or down to the green. And that's going to essentially give me my free road bonus. And because I already covered it up, I'll show you right there. That's what it looks like. And you have to keep walking along and check off all those spaces, but you get these bonuses whenever you check off those spaces, starting at the left, going to the right. So what do I want to do? Where do I want to go? I'm thinking I want to keep working my way down, so maybe I can connect to this and make this connection. Now, the last one that I didn't talk about just yet is if you check off, you've accomplished by gathering soldiers to fight off the incoming battles. I have none, and I need 8. So that's going to be a real stretch. But here I go. I get a wood. That's what that symbol is right there. I'm going to take it right away. I can check off here and get a gold bar, which doesn't give me anything just yet because it doesn't have a black dot in it. Or I can start trying to make progress towards getting ongoing goals or immediate bonuses. So where am I going next? Probably to that white flag. So I'm going to mark off this wood in hopes that I can get another wood and a white flag coming down here to activate that, so that when I get to interim scoring, I can get a bonus of a road, which is super good. Okay, that's it. I'm going to take my figure back, and I'm going to take the dice and we're going to roll them again. That is a round. I'm going to do it and see what happens with this next round. Hopefully I don't have too many invaders. I got another invader. This is really tough because when you have invaders and you want to build up your soldiers, you want to build up your army, you're going to mark these figures off. And if there is no colored in sword above, you're going to gain the bonus below. And now the next two soldiers I don't get those bonuses of gold bars because they're already busy fighting and they don't get to have any bonus. They don't get to have any income essentially. And so that's kind of problematic, but it's not something that you can come back. You can definitely come back from. It's not going to be too devastating. Plus, everybody's kind of in a similar situation, unless they took, citizens that they are able to apply to soldiers. So I'm looking at this. It is round 2. I'm going to check off that round 2 just so we keep track of everything. And I'm going to do my actions again. So what do I want to do? I'm thinking this is a road bonus. This is a... Boy, are these the same dice as last time? I feel like they're very similar. I'm going to take this yellow die up here. I'm going to put my little figure up there. I'm going to gain a wood. So I'm going to try to just keep progress on this white building over here and just see if I can, check it off and get done with it as soon as possible. Because then I can move on to other really cool goals. Now, this thing is a citizen. I can place a citizen, the next one over from my current checked off one here. So I can do the green, the yellow, the black, or the white, or I can take a soldier. Now that's what this symbol means. And again, soldiers will give you a bonus if they aren't busy fighting. And the citizens down here are going to give you that progress in these different ways. They're working for you they're the villagers in Oak Dell. They are doing jobs for you, different tasks. So what I think I might do with this person is check off this person here. So now I have 2 of the yellow people. And now my last activation, or my last step in my turn, which again, all simultaneous, is going to be to activate. And now I get to do 1 X and I get to do another X because I had 2 progress in that the citizen group, probably the grain. They're like my agriculture workers. Now I didn't get to the bonus yet, but I will get there soon. It's very exciting. I'm really close. I really need to get another road down there, but that's it. That's so fast. That's my turn, and I'm just going to pick up those dice and roll them again and hope that I can, again, meet all the things. I'm really working on a whole bunch of stuff here. So, we have so many invaders. So many invaders are coming in. Yikes. Okay, so here we go. Got to get that on the right one. Okay, so I've got these out here. That's going to give me a citizen, a wood, and then activating green. This will give me that pickaxe, which is my mining, and a road. This gives me mining and... Oh, I want the mining. Oh, yes. I want this one because I want to go mining and I need a person. Because when I mine, I am going to be able to come down again to my top spaces. So I'm going to do this and I can go here, here, or here. Now that means that when you're in the mine, you can always be adjacent. So adjacent is simply orthogonal, don't do diagonals. And your goal here is that you want to complete rows and columns to get victory points at the end of the game. But every time you cross through something, you're going to receive the bonus that you have listed there. So there's just a whole bunch of fun stuff here. Now, what are these diamonds? You unlock them by reaching the diamond space in these progress tracks with your citizens. So that's why you're racing your citizens to get to those unlock spaces. So that's how these two are connected. And that's essentially the mine. If you get really, really deep, you can start getting a lot of gold. And again, your gold progress, you start here and you're going to go across. And you only get to have a road, another pickaxe, a person, or a wood when you hit the dots. Anytime you hit the dots, you're going to get one of the 4 main resources in the game. Okay, so I have my pickaxe. I want to come here and I want to get that free road, and I go down here and I'm going to check off that white flag. There we go. And that means I've got this building, and that building says whenever we do interim scoring and we get to do those bonuses that activate, I'm going to get a free road here, 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 and here. It's going to be fantastic. I'm going to get that road. It's a great thing to go for. Plus, it's the white goal here, the white flag with the dot. And I want to connect it to the black flag with the white dot. So I've already met that one. I need to get it back around here to the black flag with the white dot. Okay, so now that I've taken that pickaxe action, I am ready to move on to my next, which is a person. Now, I can pick a soldier, which I might have to start just doing because I need to make this progress. There's one really bad thing about not investing in soldiers. Cool, they get gold bonuses, but at the end of the game, you are going to receive negative points based on the difference of your soldiers with the attackers that came in. So if you have 4 attackers more than you have soldiers, you're going to receive negative 8 points at the end of the game. So it's really helpful to keep track and to keep progress on your soldiers. At the same time, I'm going to activate yellow, which moves me 2 spaces because I'm picking yellow this round. So I'm just going to mark off that first soldier. I'm just going to make progress. I would love to add a check to another citizen to make that progress because you guessed it, you've probably already seen it. The furthest column that you have all marked in green, yellow, black, and white, you will receive those points at the end of the game. So you want to make continuous and full progress with all of these citizen tracks. So I took a soldier here and now I'm going to run yellow. I look here and say I've got 2 checked off. I go 1 and I go 2. So now I'm going to get a free person that can go up here or it can go down here. And I think I'm just going to try. I'm going to try to catch up to that soldier deficit that I have. I have not been preparing my armies very well. And yes, you guessed it, that was that 3rd round. So we're going to go to the 4th and do an interim and see how well that turns out for me. I'm going to do this. Ah, no invaders. That's fantastic. So I've got the 6, I've got this 5, I got that 4. Okay, so where am I going? What am I doing? I can have a person, I can have a pickaxe, and then I'm going to activate black, which is a progress. I can do the same thing over here, a person, then a wood with green, and I've got the pickaxe and the person here, pickaxe and road. Which one am I going to do? Which one? Gosh, this is like so tough. It's so challenging, but I think perhaps I'm going to do it over here and I'm going to try to catch up. I'm going to say my person is going to be here. Now I don't get the 2 gold bars. I didn't get this one. I didn't get this one. I don't get those because there is a sword, but I am trying really hard to catch up. Yep, we guessed it. This is round 4, so make sure you check that off too. So I took my person, I'm going to come down here and I'm going to put a mark right here because that's adjacent to where I've gone before, and I'm now adjacent to a wood and a road. So I can probably finish this for 4 points at the end of the game, but also just making really, really good progress with that. And then I'm going to run. I look here, I've got 1 person checked off, so I'm going to put 1 progress in that citizen track. Okay, that's it. Yes. Oh boy. So I'm going to now look at flags. I'm going to come down here and say, okay, let me show you the close-ups. So this one here says that if you have that covered in, you're going to get 3 gold bar progresses. 1, 2, 3. You would just check them right off. Down here says you would get a pickaxe action if you have that building finished. Over here, I'm going to be getting a road, but you can also get 1 scratch mark, essentially 1 progress in any track up here. And then this one says you're going to receive a person, and I do not have that one either. There are ongoing bonuses that say when you take this in the outer ring action, you get another one. And that is the same thing over here when you take, right here, when you take the wood in the outer ring, you would be receiving another wood. And this gives you 5 times to essentially make a wood into something else, which is the road, the pickaxe, or the person. So I'm going to be able to get 1 free road. Yes. Let's go up here. I'm going to get a pickaxe action. I'm going to make it another road. And I'm going to go right there. And I'm going to connect to this black flag, which I'm going to fill in. Let's fill in this flag because I think that's a fantastic action. I can spend 2 more rounds probably getting 2 wood total so that during this time I can now get 3 gold bars progress, which is really good. And you better believe it, black flag with the dot connected to the white flag with the dot, I am going to receive for B, I'm going to write down here, 9 points. I was the first one to get there. I don't think my opponents got there faster than I did. I really raced to make sure that that was a thing that I could get. So that's going to be that interim scoring. We're going to gather up the dice and start round 5 right now. And one thing to keep in mind is that there are a variety of those objective cards, A, B, and C. It's not the same ones every single time. I just selected those 3 at random by pulling out one of the A cards, the B cards, and the C cards. The only thing I haven't talked to you about that's really, really cool is whenever you fill in an entire space with roads, you check this off and then you will activate one of your citizen rows based on how much progress you have, which could be essentially 4 check marks if you have all 4 of those folks marked off because you've made that much progress. That's just fantastic. It's really cool. It's the super cool juice bonus. And then up here, you're going to see there are red flags in the far reaches of your map because those are going to be very special end game scoring. So 2 points per soldier that you have marked off, which I finally got up to 3, which is good. Down here, you've got your 4 points per every closed in area that you have on the map. Up here, you've got 2 points per post that you've driven in. And then down here, it's the 3 points for every single finished row of gold fully checked off. So 1 row up here, 3 points. The next row, you're going to get 3 more points. So those are the really cool, you have to really work your way to get to the ends to make sure that you can activate and get those red flag options. So here's the cool thing. There's going to be a ton of fun campaigning and excitement for this project on Kickstarter. And that means that it's going to be for backers and non-backers. They also have plans for other maps and an ongoing campaign journey that will take you through not just 1 map, but even more maps. So I just think this is really lovely. It's delightful. It's beautiful. It's a 30-minute game. The turns are fast and you feel like you actually really get a lot done. You have that first action that's dependent on the pip, but then you have the inner ring action that's one of the 4 basic actions. And then lastly, you are activating that particular section of citizens, whether it's the quadrant, the white, the black, the yellow, or the green quadrant. It also gives you great choice with what buildings you're investing in, and you can only activate buildings based on the flags that you've met on your map. So it really encourages you to spread out and to build roads. I didn't use the gold bar section, but that is so flexible because when you meet the gold bar, it gives you one of the 4 other things, which is the road, the pickaxe, the person, and the wood. So just really, really cool stuff. And the same thing with those posts. You can get really, really cool bonuses if you just rack up all the just 1 wood every single time you go down the line. So loads of fun to have here with this 12-round simultaneous action, roll and write, print and play game, Villagers of the Oak Dell. Just lovely. So if you're interested at all, just check out all the details in my description below and you're going to see all the links. You're going to see all the helpful information that you need to get your hands on this super cool game. All right, everybody. I'll see you next time.